Live.
We're live on YouTube.
What? How did that happen?
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, Lordy dears, Lordy dears. Let me tell you about her.
Okay, so starting over for YouTube. YouTube, we were waiting on you.
But we're never waiting for you guys. You guys are always
Leave it
on
at that.
time.
If you want to see what we were doing before you showed up, you can go onto Facebook or Instagram and replay this video. Anyways, let's start. So we're going to be reviewing the third episode of American Horror Story Apocalypse.
Forbidden Fruit.
The Forbidden Fruit. It was on last night at 10 p.m. South Central. And yeah, what were you saying about it?
Okay, so we start the episode with Michael Landon interviewing everyone for the dream job of living.
The dream job
of living. And so we learned a couple things throughout this interview. That first, he knows who Adrian Porter's character is, the talk show host lady. He knows her, so it's kind of like, how do they know each other? What does he know about her?
They go way back.
They go way back. They're friends from like all the way back there. But the one shocking thing she learned throughout the interview is that Mallory, played by Billie Lourd, has some sort of powers.
She has some freaky, deaky, crazy powers that she didn't even know she had.
No. Like, just like, Michael's just kind of like, I will fight you. She's like, I will fight you back with magic.
I will throw fire at your face. And we got to see his demon face.
It's quite
it was pretty scary.
It's beautiful. That's how I look at when
He's been using moisturizer.
Moisturize, tone, all the good stuff. Fun times.
But yeah. Should we just like kind of go through like the events that happen and what we think about them?
So that was pretty shocking to learn that Billie Lourd's character has some sort of power within her. Right away, I thought kind of like, oh, witch. She always kind of like knew that she was a witch.
She is the Crunchwrap Supreme of witches.
She's not the Crunchwrap Supreme of witches. The old Supreme has to die first, but
she will be the Crunchwrap Supreme of witches.
We're going to get to that at the end because that's totally going to be true. But we also learned a little bit about Kathy Bates' character. We have flashbacks, which I knew we were going to get this episode because we have not seen any flashbacks yet. So we delved into them, and Kathy Bates has had an interesting experience of life. Yes, she had killed a man on Halloween.
I killed a man.
She killed a man.
Yeah, on Halloween. So this is a very like, it's almost like an anniversary for her this holiday.
It is. It's just the best day ever, you know. And then also she sits down and talks to Sarah Paulson's character and just kind of like, honestly, like, and she made it really obvious. She said it about 6 times that I'm a robot.
I'm a robot.
I am an android.
I have been programmed to do the things I'm doing.
She said it like 6 times. It's like, okay, we get it. Okay.
But why is she an android? She wasn't always an android because in that flashback, we see her covered in blood and she's bleeding, right?
Well, she's obviously younger.
She's younger, and so she was once a human, I'm thinking.
Yeah, she was once a human. She talks about how she remembers a little blonde boy growing up.
Mm-hmm. You know, like, that's got to be Langdon.
That's got to be Langdon, you know? Sorry. But yeah.
Langdon!
So,
Michael!
So
she definitely knows him.
So she knows him. And first, we really don't understand who the little boy is. Could it be Michael? Could it be somebody else? Could this be like
It's probably Michael, though.
It turned out to actually be Michael. He confirmed that later in the episode, going kind of like, I built you here because I loved you and you to this fundamental part of my childhood. So I figured that maybe she somehow sacrificed herself. This is my theory, that she sacrificed.
In this season?
In the season. Yeah.
Okay.
Like one kind of like, she knew that.
Not from Murder House?
We can go back to Murder House. But no, but this is what happened with Michael Landon. That I believe that she knew that he was the Antichrist and to really fulfill his need to kill, that maybe she offered up something to him. Maybe she even offered to kill, be like, here, sacrifice my baby, or even sacrifice me, kill me, just to fulfill your own evil notions. This is my theory. So maybe
that's true love.
Yeah, maybe she died in the murder house, and so, but she can't leave the murder house for reasons. Once you die there, you can't leave.
You can't leave.
Yes. So could she be a ghost in the murder house somewhere? A ghost who he never met before.
Misses her.
He felt that he was really connected to her. That kind of like, you made a big dent in my childhood. You were there for me.
So he rebuilt
her
for himself.
For
her to continue doing out his evil.
Yeah, to continue playing out
his evil
ways.
Yeah.
But also, it makes me wonder, kind of like, well, we also knew that Constance was there, Jessica Lange character, because she is a grandmother of the Antichrist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Grandmama.
So, how did that all come together to intersect? I'm pretty sure we're going to learn about all that later.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that when we do see Constance, Jessica Lange character, at some point throughout this season, I'm so excited because Jessica Lange is the queen of American Horror Story. Even though she bowed out for about 2 seasons, she's going back for 1 episode. But I believe in that episode we will see Kathy's the base, old character.
It's gonna be her the whole episode, Like she's coming back for one episode. The whole episode's gonna be about her.
I don't know. I hope so. I also know that Sarah Paulson's actually going to direct that episode, so excited for that one.
Yeah.
And so we'll find out about that later. And then what happens?
They get an apple delivery from
the co-op.
The co-op. And so you remember Coco in the first episode, Coco's boyfriend was left behind by her. And he was like, "You do not leave me in Santa Monica, don't you dare." And she was like, "I'm breaking up with you, bye." And
we're going to say the people.
We assumed he died. But he's alive!
He
Spoiler alert!
back!
He's been looking for her and for the safe house. And he's a badass dude. He's a little
He
diseased.
had like a little bit Mad Max things going on.
Yeah, a little Mad Max feel with him. He finds her. He sneaks in to the safe house because...
The outpost.
The outpost. Yeah, that's what I mean. He kills... Who does he kill again?
He kills another lady who is from there who like when the apples come, Michael Langdon and Sarah Paulson's character is like, "Hey, you person who works for us, go out there and take care of the horses."
Yeah, go kill the horses.
Such a fun time around these.
So
people.
he kills that person and sneaks in.
Yes, he goes underneath the carriage and is able to sneak in.
And immediately when he finds Coco.
Well, he also finds some weird ass like bird thing.
Yeah, bird
I don't know
mask.
if he found that, but he found that pretty quickly.
He dressed up pretty fast.
And also he knew it was Halloween. So I guess even during like nuclear storms, they still celebrate holidays.
They still keep track of that.
It's okay, Halloween special, but only one cube. Because that's the way life is.
And immediately upon seeing his ex, he's pretty much just like, "Happy Halloween, bitch," and stabs her in the head and kills her. So she's gone.
She died. Coco died.
And what happened to him after that?
We don't know. He could still be in the outpost. I believe he's still in the outpost somewhere. We're going to see him somehow later in the next episode. Because we actually did not see him die. He did not take a bite of the apple.
No, he didn't. And even if he did okay, so we should talk about the apple. So the apple shipment came in and they were like, "Oh, what could we do with these apples?" And they decide, what's her name? I keep forgetting.
Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson decides, let's poison them. And then we will poison all of these bitches.
Because she couldn't get to the outpost. She's like, "No one's going to get to the outpost if I can't go
she
do
still
the
will.
other."
She says, let's poison them all, steal his computer, and go
Which
there
is an
ourselves.
apple, by the way. The apple.
Apple. Which, by the way, this is all very biblical because we have apples. And this episode is literally called The Forbidden Fruit. And they're poisoning it with snake venom from the snakes that were inside the outpost. It's all very biblical. It's all very symbolic. And so they do. They poison everyone and everybody dies.
Well, first they're going to like, "Hey, you remember how we didn't have anything to do for the last 2 years? Let's play a game." Because it's completely within character of us. So let's go back to our childhood and, dunk for apples.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, there's nothing weird or suspicious about this.
They're bobbing for apples.
Nothing suspicious.
And every single one of them die.
I'll just die.
But they bring back Mallory.
Oh, no. We got to talk about, hold on. And so everyone dies, okay? So it's kind of like, it starts seeing this like, "Oh my goodness, everyone's dead." And Michael's kind of like, "Oh my God, Valuable, whatever your name is, Sarah Paulson's character, I'm going to shoot you because you messed this all up." But then who comes back? Through the magical spirit of magic and Stevie Nicks, the Coven Girls. Oh my goodness. And they're just so badass. They don't need any radioactive stuff to wear on them. They can just scoop by. They probably walk from New Orleans to this place, just walking, and they're fine,
Yeah, they haven't aged today, by the way.
But also, I was really surprised though, because with Cordelia, which is the Supreme, if you do remember from season 3, that fights at her side is Madison, Montgomery, and Myrtle. But in the original, at the end of season 3, we see that Madison died. Evan Peters' character kills her by strangling her, and Myrtle's is kind of like, "I gotta get burned by the stake because I gotta help you, Cordelia. You gotta go awesome with this." And so, you gotta start off your Supreme right.
Word for word
got
what
to
she
die.
said.
Yeah, go back and watch it. I'm pretty good at this kind of stuff. So one there, that blew my mind, going like, whoa.
They're not dead.
They're not dead, but also where is Teresa's farming character, Zoe and Queenie? Because those are supposed to be her right-hand man in a way.
Yeah.
But no, we got Madison and Myrtle. So that's pretty tight.
And so they resurrect
oh, go find my sisters is what she says right when they get into the outpost.
Mhm.
You know, so Madison goes off and Myrtle goes off and they bring back Coco, Mallory, and Adrian Porter's character. I keep forgetting her name, but so they bring her back with the power of resurrection.
Yep. So those are all 3 obviously witches.
Those are all 3 witches. But also another really surprising thing that I noticed is that right when Mallory, Billy Lord's character, sees Cordelia, her eyesight improves perfectly. She has 20/20 vision now. And if you remember in the Coven, the hallmark of the new Supreme is thriving health. So could she be the next Supreme? I mean, she's
gonna be the next Crunchwrap Supreme.
She's able to take on the Antichrist. I'm kind of like, are you want to throw me?
You want to fight me?
I will fight you with my magic. I didn't even know I had.
And he was like, I'm terrified of you, and I like that. You can come.
You are my friend. We will have fun at the sanctuary where we will fight with our magic powers, and maybe Harry Potter would be there, and Snape, and other magic people. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Anything could.
Anything could.
And it's interesting because the last line of the episode.
Madison Montgomery's famous line. What'd she say?
I don't remember.
Bitch, I thought you saw the last of me. To Mallory. So obviously Mallory and Madison know each other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they and I can't like quite interpret like the look she had on her face. It was sort of surprised, but also it seemed like she was a little afraid of her.
Yeah, well, you got to remember that Mallory was personal assistant to Coco, so maybe Coco was not her first job. Maybe her first job was Madison Montgomery's personal assistant. That's what I'm imagining it being.
That's a good theory.
Yeah, so she's going to be somewhere in the past. We're going to see flashbacks. We're going to see Mallory and Madison together, and she'll probably be her assistant. And maybe she even like fired her. So it's kind of like.
So I think that Coco knew that Mallory was a witch.
Yeah,
I think she knew.
I think that
because she kept her around even though she thought she was a bad assistant. And why else would she do that?
Well, maybe she felt within herself that you are my sister, and I know I gotta kind of somewhat, keep you safe because. Well, we should probably wrap it up.
We're gonna wrap it up. It sounds like there's an emergency.
But thank you so much for watching. If you have other theories, please throw them down in discussion. We'll review them again next week.
Oh, do we have comments on our last video?
I'm going to do that right now. But, remember to like this video, subscribe, because we'll be doing this every week.
Hit that little bell.
Ding, 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 to get a notification. But we'll be doing this every week for the whole season of American Horror Story. And I'm really excited to see next season and the next episode. Also, I'm really excited to see episode number 5, because that one's supposed to have a lot of important relevance throughout the whole season. So Ryan Murphy said. So one more episode.
Tune back in, guys, every Thursday right here.
Awesome.
Love you. Bye.
Thank you.